Assuming that you all watched the writing proposals video, it is my understanding that you all now know what a proposal is. To quickly summarize, a proposal is an argument in which you identify a problem or you are assigned a task to find the best solution to a given issue. Your goal is to understand the problem and also understand what the need of your client is, and then propose a solution to meet those needs. Now let us look at your group proposal assignment. Yes, this is a group assignment, and all participants are expected to make an honest contribution to this project. For your proposal topic, you will have the choice to select one of the 6 options provided within the assignment prompt. Make this selection as a group. Once you all decide which topic your group is going to work on, divide different tasks amongst the group members. For example, one of you can study the exigency, or in other words, what the problem is. One student can study who their client is and what is their need. The third person can look at different solutions that might work for this situation. And the fourth person might do a research and see how the budget can be kept low and what a reasonable timeline would be. Once the initial research is done, further divide the tasks by having one student write the title block, purpose statement, and summary. The next student can write the introduction and make the schedule and budget visuals using Gantt chart. The third person can write the proposed tasks, and the fourth person can write the qualifications and experiences and add the references. You do not have to follow the specific pattern. Do what works for you all. I just want all group members to be involved in the project. The project will flow well only if you all work together. Also, don't forget, you are stuck with this topic and these group members for the remainder of this semester. This means it is best to get to know each other and to work as a team. Once this proposal assignment is completed, you will be presenting it to the class in the form of a video presentation. Details about the presentation will be discussed in the upcoming weeks. Okay, so now you have chosen a topic and you all know what each person is doing. Let us look at the structure of the proposal. The structure of a proposal will vary greatly from one organization to another. For this course, you will follow the following structure. The first step is to add the title block. This title block will include the date, the names, and titles of the people you are addressing the proposal to. Your name and title and the subject or title. On the same page, right under the title block, you will add the purpose statement. Notice that everything in the document will be single-spaced, with double space only between paragraphs. We are using the full block method to format the proposal, so everything will be flushed to the left. However, all titles will be centered on the page and bolded. Do not center the subtitles. The purpose statement will share the primary purpose of the document in a sentence or two. Next, you will add the summary. Summary is usually written in 4 to 5 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you will provide the background of the problem. Do not assume that your readers know what you are discussing. Provide all the necessary information to fill in any gaps. In the next paragraph, discuss the problem you are undertaking. Then propose what you plan to do to improve or eradicate the issue. In the fourth paragraph, provide a brief summary of the schedule and the credentials of the writers. Maintaining a formal relationship, address your audiences in third-person speech. Next is the introduction. Introduction will be about 2 to 3 paragraphs long. In a brief statement, provide the context or background details of the proposal. In the second paragraph, explain the problem. What is the exigency? Why are you having to address this issue? Some sections of your proposal will repeat information. This is acceptable in technical documents. However, do not copy and paste information. Be more creative and rephrase the information for each section. If you quote, paraphrase, or summarize a source, make sure you credit the original source. Add in-text citations, signal phrases, and parenthetical citations, and document the source in the reference list. Specify the scope of the proposal. Just how much do you want to accomplish? Next, you will list the proposed tasks. This is the lengthiest part of the document. The proposed tasks will be shared in as many paragraphs as needed, or at least 6 or more paragraphs. By providing the proposed tasks, the writers show that they are well organized and prepared for the job. In this section, describe the specific steps to be taken, what will be done, and in what order. Look at this sample proposal. The first task is to acquire a basic understanding of tablet used by clinical staff across the nation. Next, they will determine the RRMC clinical staff's knowledge and attitudes towards tablet use, and so on. In the same manner, you will list all the steps you will be performing to complete your task. Share the information you gathered through research. Readers are reluctant to approve proposals unless they are sure that the writers have done some research. Cite your sources, add in-text citations. Look at your sample. It cites sources everywhere necessary. However, do not cite common knowledge factors. After discussing the proposed tasks, you will add 2 visuals, one Gantt chart and one table. In the Gantt chart, you will present your proposed timeline or schedule, and in the table, you will share your budget plan. A separate video on how to create a Gantt chart is posted on the course homepage. Outline any direct, indirect, and overhead costs. Remember, there should be only 2 visual representations in the entire report: a Gantt chart showing the timeline and a table discussing the budget. Check and make sure your budget is complete and correct. Next, after you have described how you would carry out the project, you will have to show that you qualify to complete the task. Or if you are not qualified, will you be hiring qualified personnel? What is your hiring plan? Did you calculate that in your budget? Discuss if there will be a need to purchase or rent any equipment or facilities. Will there be a need to subcontract? Was subcontracting calculated in the budget? Lastly, you will add a reference list in APA format. You are required to use at least 8 scholarly sources in this report. Your reference list should be in alphabetical order and add hanging indentations. Use the provided checklist to make sure all requirements are met. Although this is a group assignment, all group members will not receive the same grade. Your grade will be based on the quantity and quality of the work you contribute to this project. Work together. I will need only one submission per group. Individual and late submissions will not be collected for this assignment.